going to start seated today. I'm going to get our music restarted. So we'll start seated. You can just sit straight on your butt, however's comfiest. I do like the block right underneath my sit bones because it helps me relax my hip flexors a little bit so I don't have that kind of crunched feeling. If you know what I mean there. If you don't, you might just have more flexible hip flexors than me. So we'll start and just take the shoulders up towards the ears, squeeze, 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 and let them relax slowly down your back. A few more. Squeeze the shoulders up. Let them drop as you exhale. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, let them drop. A few more. Exhale, release. Last two. One more. And then close your eyes, just get settled. Find a position that's still, that feels really comfortable. Close your eyes or have a soft gaze. And just start to notice, check in with your body. How does it feel today at 2 p.m. on this rainy Saturday? Sometimes the rain and the change of barometric pressure can make our joints, our heads, if we're prone to migraines, a little unhappy. So I invite you to be gentle and kind with your body, even as we challenge it with movement today. So can you feel that dialectical tension between gentleness and effort, or effort and ease? That's really what we're going for, to make it feel good. Take 3 more deep breaths here. Big and slow, feeling your rib cage and belly expand. Last one, wherever you are. And then slowly open your eyes. We're going to warm up our arms and our wrists. So inhale, arms come out, creating this big circle. Exhale, flip your palms, press down slowly. So energy through those fingertips as you rise up. Exhale, flip the palms, press it away. Few more. Inhale. Making the movement go with our breath. Going nice and long and tall through our spine. Two more, just like this. Feel your shoulders open and rotate. Last one. And from here, you're going to bring your arms straight out ahead. Really spread those fingers nice and wide. And then make fist squeeze and let your fingertips spread. So we're warming up our wrists, our fingers. They're going to often provide a base for us of support, of energy. So taking some time to wake them up. This is an easy one to forget about, our wrists. But we really pay attention to them as soon as they hurt. So yeah, exactly. And then hold them soft wrists, no need to grip a lot, but just start to draw big circles here. Awesome. In reverse. It's nice to be in here for a second time. I feel like I'm more used to the space. It's such a long room, so I'm like, my head's on a swivel. And relax here. We're going to do some protraction. So you can see it from the back. You're going to press your arms farther away from you and then pull your shoulder blades together. So press your shoulders, your arms go out in front of you. Then pull your shoulders together on your back. So your arms are staying pretty straight and your spine is straight. You're just moving your shoulders in and out of protraction and retraction. It feels a little funky. No worries. It's not like a normal movement we're used to doing. But this is to remind your shoulders that they should move and not get so frozen as we're prone to do at our computers, on our phones. Beautiful. And then release. Inhale, arms go up high. Exhale, left fingertips go down. Right arm swoops up and overhead, side body stretch. Inhale, find a little more length and space in your spine. And exhale to soften. Then inhale, reach back up overhead. Exhale, other side. So to your right this time. You can stay high on your fingertips or have your palm planted down, whatever feels best. We'll take it a little faster. So inhale and exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, side bend, other side. Inhale, exhale. Feel your obliques pull you up, so try not to press too hard out of that hand, but can you connect with the outer edges of your abs to keep you pulling towards upright. Last side here. And then inhale, both arms up. Exhale, roll forward to your all fours. You can slide the block out of the way. Hands are directly underneath your shoulders. Knees are stacked directly underneath your wrists. If you're all of a sudden making eye contact with your friends across the room, say hello. And then inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, tuck and round. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale, round through the spine. Last time, inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, tuck and round. Come back to neutral here. Extend your right leg long behind you. Roll your ankle out one direction and then the other. Drop your right hip so it's level with your left. And then on your exhale, you're going to bring your knee in towards your chest. Inhale, extend it long. Exhale, hug the knee in. Inhale, extend it long. Two more just like this. Last one just like this. And then pause with your leg extended long. Just an option here. All of these options, you can take it or leave it. It's your body. You get to decide. But if you'd like to take this option, bring your left arm up to hip height. And you're going to bring your left elbow in towards your right knee. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. And then inhale, extend it long. Exhale, curling it in. Inhale, extend it long. 3 more. Last 2. Slow and with control. And last one, and after this last one, hold everything long. As if I'm coming around to each and every one of you, pulling your hand and foot a little farther away from each other so you grow longer and taller in your spine. And then exhale, you're going to tap the knife edge of your hand down and your toes down. Then inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, you drop it down. Inhale, lift. Beautiful. Tap and lift. Tap and lift. You've got 4 more. If you've forgotten your breath, if all of a sudden you're holding it, can you find that inhale and exhale again? Last one here. And then come back to your all fours. Take 1 cat-cow, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Inhale, tuck and round, creating space in the spine. Come back to neutral, other side. So this time your left leg goes back behind you. Pause, roll out your ankle one way. And then the other. Perfect. And then your left hip is even with your right. So you're not popping up, both hip points face the mat. And then drag your left knee in towards your chest. Inhale, extend it long back behind you. Pull it in. Inhale, you extend. 3 more, just like this. Nice, full deep breath. It looks beautiful. Last one, just like this. And then extend your leg long. If you'd like, you have the option to bring your right arm alongside your ear. And then exhale, elbow towards your knee. Inhale, you extend. Exhale, hug it in. This is a balance pose. We don't normally think of balance in this kind of shape, but it requires a lot of balance and coordination to stay stable here. My trick, if you wanted to know my tricks of the trade, are to really press the mat away from me with my left hand. What normally gets us kind of wonky is when we are collapsing in that left shoulder. 1 more wherever you're at. And then hold it long. See if you can grow even longer in your spine. And then exhale, drop your pinky and toe down. Inhale, extend. Trying to keep the leg and arms straight. So drop it down and lift. Lower and lift. 2 more, just like this. Last one. And then come back into your all fours. You can bring your knees wider together, but find your way into a child's pose. See if you can walk your fingertips a little bit farther out in front of you. And then send your fingertips over to the top right of your mat. Getting a nice side body stretch through your left. And then inhale, walk your fingertips over to the top left. Sink down through your right hip. And then back through center, fold once more. And then inhale, slowly roll up, pause and kneeling. Give your shoulders a few rolls here. Deep inhales and exhales through your nose. And then reverse the direction of those circles. The funky way, the way that looks like you're, I don't know. I always feel like I'm about to convulse in this shape. And then relax your shoulders back and make your way to standing, however is easiest for you. Grab a sip of water if you need it. I'm always guzzling water. It's a miracle I don't have to pee during this class every time. We're gonna grab our strap. So we're gonna do some arm work. So as you've noticed, this is a strap, but yeah, you have one behind you too. Oh. Oh, hello. Okay, sweet. So you can also use a dish towel at home if you don't have a strap. They have straps here. So yay, thankfully we didn't have to use all of my random dish towels at home. But you're gonna bring your arms around shoulder width or a little further. A little further if your shoulders are quite tight, mine are, so I bring them a little farther apart. If they aren't, you can have them narrower. And from here, you're gonna lower and lift up to about a high diagonal. So you're lowering and lifting. Pull east to west on that strap. So pull side to side like you're gonna pull it apart away from you. Does that make sense? You want tension in that strap. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale. Yes, like you're trying to pull it apart. That's it. Beautiful. Pause here at the top. Notice, are your ribs staying in communication with your hip points? So is everything kind of pulling together? Or are your ribs flaring out? Try to see if you can keep your hips pointing a little more forward. So that little anterior tilt. That way you keep everything aligned. So pulling apart on that strap. Continue that lift and lower. You'll start to feel the burn in your shoulders. I already do. This is great too because everyone has a dish towel. I don't have like those 3-pound weights that they often have in these types of classes. So you already own this equipment. Or a hand towel. If you are not into dish towels, that's cool too. Awesome. And then you're gonna pause here at the top. You're gonna pull down in front of your face. Bring it up. You can nod your chin down slightly as you pull it down behind your back. So it comes up, row it in front, nod of the chin if that helps, pull it behind you. So you don't have to nod your chin down towards your chest if you don't need to. But for me, sometimes my hair gets really big, especially on days like this, and it gets in the way. Again, pulling that strap apart. Beautiful. Yes. You might need to get a little closer grip on that, so bring your hands closer together. Yep. And then bend your elbows, pull it down. Yep, that's it. And then extend it up high, bend them down towards your face. Yes, that's it. You've got 3 more just like this. Some of you are engaging in some beautiful breathing here. That's wonderful. You can gently smile to yourself if you know that was you breathing so strongly. Last one. And then you're going to bring it out in front of you. Flip your grip so your palms are facing up. Bring them to shoulder width this time, no wider. So straight out from your arms. And bring them a little bit closer together. Perfect. And then you're just gonna bend your biceps so the strap's towards your forehead and then extend it long. Pull apart that strap, keeping that tension on at each left. So your palms are facing the ceiling and you're bending your elbows in. So flip your palms. Yeah, and bring them a little closer together. And then bend your elbows in. Yeah, so you're bending your elbows. It's from that. Yep, bend and extend. That's it. Beautiful. 4 more, just like this. Pulling that strap apart, keeping that tension. Last one, and then hold it in that curl. Keeping that same shape with it curled in towards your forehead. You're gonna bring your elbows down towards your sides, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then bring it up towards your forehead. So you're keeping that 90-degree bend, and you're just lowering and lifting through your shoulder. Yes. So keeping them bent, keeping your elbows bent. Yep, that's it, perfect. Beautiful. Remember your feet. So even though we're working a lot in the upper body, don't forget your feet are your foundation. So lifting and spreading through your toes, pressing them gently into the mat. 2 more. And then 1 more. Y'all complain a lot less than my college students. They complain constantly through this section. So flip your palms. So your palms are going to face towards the back of the room, and the strap's behind your back this time. And you're going to take a slight hinge of the hips. So you have a nice straight spine, no arching in that back, and no slumping in your shoulders. Pull your shoulders back, and then you're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower, pulling apart that strap, turning on your triceps. Knees are bent, hips are hinged. Yes. Remember, your toes need to stay in line with your knees, so make sure wherever your knees are bending, your toes are going the same way. Perfect. Yes. So palms are facing behind you, backs of the hands are facing down. 3 more, just like this, and then we're going to hold it at the top. Last 2 and 1. Hold. So watch me. You're going to bend your elbows and then press the strap away. Tiny bend and push. Little bend in the elbows, push the arms backward. Yes. Bend and push. Bend and push. If the strap ever gets to be like, woo, I didn't know this could feel this heavy, you can drop it at any time too. So a little bend and push. Feel that tricep really turning on for us, pulling that strap apart. Last 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Bring that strap in front of you one more time, I swear, and then we can set it down. Okay, good. Yeah, y'all have a positive attitude about this. Okay, so you're going to be in that slight hip hinge, so bend your knees, push your hips back behind you, back is flat. Perfect. And the strap's down in front of you, palms facing down. You're going to row up, bring it down. So it's a row. It looks like the motion is coming from your elbows, but it's coming from that space in between your shoulders. And the reason we're in that hip hinge is it allows you to isolate that movement in your back. So it's your back, those huge wings pulling together. So pulling it down and then up. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Bring the strap up overhead, side body bend over to your left or right, whichever way you went first is fine. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. 2 more each side, because this one feels really good after all of that. Switch it out. 1 more each side. Last side. Awesome, coming back to center. Drop that strap. My arms are glad to hear that. And you're going to bring your block out in front of you. If you struggle with balance, you might want to make your way to the beam, or you can just step off the block. So 3 options: be by a wall or the beam, not use the block, or use the block. All of the options are great. So you're going to bring that left foot on top of the block. Step into that block, and then your right foot is going to hover next to it. Pause here, yeah. Try to see if you can level out your hips. So it's as if your feet are together-ish, they're in line with each other, but you're having to use your core to pick up this right foot. If you're off of a block, all that means is you're just hovering that lifted leg. Perfect. And from here, you're going to bend the knee that's on the block, bring your foot down to tap the mat, and then straighten the knee to lift. So it's a tiny bend in your left knee and then straightening through that leg. It's trickier than it seems. Like, I feel like it's silly how hard this one is for me, at least balance-wise. You can also challenge yourself if this is feeling pretty easy for you, to just keep that hover the whole time. So not trying to transfer your weight out of that working leg. Beautiful. If your ankle shakes, that means it's working. Yay, it's stabilizing you. So if you're off the block, what that might look like is a slight bend and extend. Little bend and extend. Yes. So you're trying to work that one-legged work. Bend, extend. Beautiful. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Sweet. Pause here with it at the top. It's going to look pretty similar, but here's the change. You're going to shift that weight into your hips, so you're popping that hip out like you're standing to the side going, what on earth is this child doing? And then you're going to press it to straight. So hip goes to the side, press it to straight. So that knee is still pretty straight. It's just that hip goes to the side and then back in alignment. It's working that outer hip to stabilize you. Arms can be wherever. It seems like y'all have all found a pretty comfortable arm movement. But for me, when my balance gets really off, I sometimes bring my hands wide. So it's that hip and extend. So hip goes out and then back in. Hip goes out, back in. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Then step off that block, pause. Shake your knees out, shake your legs out. So these are actually really good movements to keep you walking in a healthy way. Yeah, so because a lot of that bending, and also when you stand straight, often, if you're like me, you stand like this. And so it's good to remind yourself that you have the muscles to pull yourself straight. So step on the block with your right foot this time. Hover that left foot, flexing through the toes, just noticing how it feels to be in this one-legged shape. And then you can bend into your left knee, tap the right foot down, press the right knee to straight. To really think about my right and left when I'm mirroring. So it's that little bend in your knee, press it up. So if you're off the block, it's a little bend and extend. Little bend and extend. Deep breaths in and out your nose. You're going to be breathing when you're walking, hopefully, so it's good to breathe while you do this too. Last 2. Last 1. Pause here. So this time, your right hip is going to go out to the right, and then you're going to press your hip to neutral. So your hip intentionally goes out to the right, and then you press it to center. So it's cocking your hip, bringing it back to center, right? It's like sassy hip, neutral hip is what we're going for. We'll see if I come up with any more metaphors today. Last time we had a lot, so 5 more. Nice, slow, controlled. 2 more. Last 1. Awesome. Step off the block, shake it out. Woo! All right, then you're going to grab the block. A little bit of a weird one, but trust me, this will be a good burn. Put that block in between your legs, above your knees. So in between your thighs. Beautiful. And then we're going to just take some squats from here. So you're going to squat down. It's kind of a narrower squat. So I have to move my feet a little bit closer together than I normally would, so my knees stay over my toes. So it's a little squat and then lift. Squeeze your inner thighs, squeeze your glutes as you lift. You feel that? Because if you don't engage all of those muscles, the block will drop. And some of our muscles like to get a little bit lazy. And so if we just remind them to turn on, that's really helpful, especially with a prop, right? Otherwise, we'll be dropping our blocks all over the place, which would be a really interesting visual, I think. So pressing your hips back, deep into that knee. Weight is in your heel in the center of your foot, so weight's out of those toes. It used to be a thing that you can bring your knees over your toes. Actually, the science has found that's no big deal if your knees come over your toes. The real issue here is that you want your knees in line with your toes. So as long as they are tracking over your toes, you're fine if your knees come over a little bit. And honestly, that kind of depends on people's like knee flexion and calf, and like their back of their ankle flexibility anyways. So some fun science facts today. Who knows what else we'll get to. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Squeeze in on your block, so squeeze, squeeze, little pulse, squeeze, squeeze, yes, breath. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome, drop the block down. We've got one more standing move on the block. So it'll go under your left foot to start. So you're gonna do a staggered squat. So you have the block under one foot. You're gonna squat down and up just to start. It's gonna feel really weird at first, but we'll add on and then it'll make more sense. So staggered squat and lift. You might wanna bring your legs a little farther apart. Yeah, perfect. Squat, yes. Lower, lift. Lower, lift. 2 more just like this. Then we can add on, if you want to. Again, you're your own boss here. You're gonna transfer your weight, pick up those toes. So it's squat, lift, yes. Flying, gliding through the air. Even if you only get, maybe you come up onto your toes, that's perfect too. Maybe you make the shape more dramatic. Superstar, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna play a game. When I say freeze, I want you to freeze in whatever shape that you're in. And freeze. Go. There are no prizes, but you'll be a winner in your heart. Freeze. Ooh, nice. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Last round. Will you get this last round in your freezing shape? Perfect. Freeze. Hold, 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 hold. Go. All right, step it off. We'll go into the other side. If that staggered squat starts to feel weird in your pelvis, you can just do a normal squat and lift either side, okay? So under your right foot this time, sink the hips back, press it up. Hips go back. Hands can be wherever. This is a pretty natural one for a lot of people. It's heart center and press them back. Sometimes if I'm reminding my hips to go backwards, I'll actually put my hands on my hip joints to remind them, get back there. Whew. I'm a little tired on this side, I think. Last 3, 2, beautiful. 1. All right, you guys ready for that lift? So squat. You're transferring your weight into that right leg as you extend. Again, it can be small, it can be medium, or it can be dramatic. You're the Goldilocks. Find which one is the right bed or right move for you. Ready for the game? Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. Freeze. Go. I know, I'm changing up the pacing this time. Can't get too comfortable in these shapes. Freeze. Go. We've got one more round. When will it be? When is the final freeze? Freeze. All right, stand up. You made it. Woo! Everyone's a winner in this game, so congrats. Not in every game. We're going to do one more round of the, yeah, same. We're going to do one more round with this block in between the thighs, and then we'll be done with the standing series with the block. So again, bend your knees, hips go back and they lower. Keep a straight spine, so even though your chest is coming forward, you still have a straight spine, right? Beautiful. Look at your knees. Are they still tracking over your toes? Yes, beautiful. 8 more. You can do this. 6, 5, yes. 4, 3. Some of you look like this is a walk in the park. I'm like, whoa. Last one. Awesome. Remove that block. All right, from here, we're going to release a little bit before we go down into some more toning, because who doesn't love a good release? So you're going to step one toe up, bring the arm up overhead, switch it out, toe comes out, arm goes overhead. So just creating this kind of big windmill shape. See if you can fan yourself off a little bit here. Make it feel good. I know last time I mentioned that one of my aspirations that has sadly passed is to be an 80s workout video superstar. But this move at least makes me feel some of that. 2 more each side. And then we're going to bring it across. 1 more each side. So this time it's got to twist, bend the elbow, pull it back. Twist, bend the elbow, pull it back. So fanning yourself out. So arm reaches straight across, then you bend it in to pull it back. Feeling this wave twisting through your spine. It really doesn't matter what it looks like. As long as it feels good in your body, you feel that release. 1 more each side. Beautiful, and then come to center. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Bend one knee and then the other. Paddling it out. And then when you're ready, make your way down to seated. I'm gonna grab a sip of water here. You need that too. Awesome, we're gonna do some sideline work. So the way that you set up is from kneeling, and if you wanna have any extra cushion on your mat, you can even, beyond the double mat thing, you can fold it up in the middle to be on that knee. So if your knee starts to hurt, I'd recommend you do that. So you're starting in kneeling. You're gonna bring your right arm out to the side, send your left leg long. So you're in this modified side plank shape. Other option is, if your knees are really bothering you, you can do all of this from standing too. So from standing as well. So 2 options, from here, from standing. Send that top arm long, and then bring it up and over your ear. Yes, creating that big U shape. Feel that stretch all throughout your side body. And then you're gonna slowly bring yourself all the way up into a T. Bring your hands behind your head, creating a little basket for your head. And then you're gonna side bend over to the right. Use your obliques, pull yourself back up. Keep your chest open and facing me. And just start these little oblique crunches. Feel that strength as those left obliques turn on to pull you back up. Beautiful. You can control the intensity of this with how low you go down. So the lower you go down, obviously the more weight and load you're putting on to bring yourself back up. You've got 3 more just like this. And then an option for something a little different. Last one. And from here, you can extend that top arm. Bring it back to center. Woo! Lengthening that arm farther away from the body increases the load. So as you're bending over to that side, the arm goes long. 3 more. Last 2. And last one. Awesome, beautiful. From here, bring both knees together. Send your other leg long. Drop your hand down to start and get a nice big side body bend. And then inhale up to a T. Hands behind your head, or if that was starting to feel a little tense in your shoulders, you can cross your arms in front of your chest. And you're going to side bend, bring yourself back up to straight. Side bend, bring it back to center. So it's just a little movement, but it really turns on those obliques. I like doing abs that aren't just planks or crunches. I feel like that can get kind of boring for me. So I like to do all these crazy shapes because it tricks me a little bit into forgetting I'm working my abs. Last 3, just like this. Last 2. And last one, option to stay here, or you can extend that top arm. Extend, bring it back in. Got 5 more. Feel that strength in your core supporting you, bringing you up. Yes. Last 2. Last one. Beautiful. Then bring both knees together. Come to sit. Come to sit. And from here, we're going to stretch out our backs a little bit. Yes. So you're going to bring your fingertips back behind you and just open up the chest. Pressing your chest open. You can look up if that feels good. It's like the beach goer's pose. I don't know who's sitting at the beach like this actually, but that's what one of my teachers calls it. All right, and then bring yourself back up to straight. Clasp your fingers together. Press it away from you, rounding through your back. Inhale, bring it up straight. Look up. Exhale, round, curling through the spine. Press your hands away from you. 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, push it all away. Inhale up. Exhale, push it all away. And bring your hands down. So we're going to make our way onto our backs for bridge pose. For some extra fun, you can bring your block along the way with you. Just an option here. So from here, bring the block in between your thighs like we did that squat earlier. Find it to where it's like somewhat comfortable. And your heels are a little more than a hand's width distance away from your fingertips. So you can't quite reach your heels. And you're going to squeeze in on that block. Slowly lift your hips all the way up, finding that glute bridge, and lower. So it's up for 2, lower for 2. Lift for 2, lower for 2. Notice how that block makes your inner thighs activate in this shape. If you ever get sick of that block or it starts to feel painful instead of just sensation, go ahead and remove that block. Sensation is good. Sharp shooting pain is not good. So listen to your body. 4 more, just like this. 3, 2. And on this last one, you're going to hold it up at the top. Squeeze in on that block. So you're pulsing in, squeeze. Inner thighs, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And breathe in and out through your nose. You can exhale through your mouth if you need to let go of a little more heat. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lower your hips all the way back down. Remove the block for a second. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest.